just do the whole thing.
Yeah. There we go.
Turtles. Turtles.
What do you get to look at?
I don't know.
Why don't you
Well,
put
now
that
it-
one on something? Maybe put it on that thing.
All right. We're just waiting for 6 o'clock to roll around.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Camera 1, camera,
Camera
2,
two.
camera
Camera
1,
1. Camera 2.
camera 1, camera 2.
This is YouTube, and this is Facebook. You could be watching it on both platforms if you want.
Don't watch it at all.
We should start the audio recorder. So he's
Isn't there like a dance remix version of this song somewhere?
somewhere, but I think it's on my external hard drive. It's like the Pride episode one.
That's where things go to die. External hard drives.
Yeah.
Not in that one very well.
Well, I think we can.
Oh, now it's all weird here.
I like that. I think that's okay. I think it's probably 6 o'clock. We can turn the theme off.
No, I'm not done. Woo!
All right. Okay, one more time.
Yeah, you gotta get it stopped at the right point.
Yeah. Well, welcome to our live stream. Absolutely,
Welcome to Nerd Hurdles.
absolutely nobody watching. I think.
You're Jacob.
I'm Jacob. You're Mandy.
I'm Snark.
Yeah, you're Snark. And our lighting technician is Quill.
That's Quill. Lot of light happening over there.
And this is our final episode.
This is our final episode.
Our first live stream.
Our first live stream. Our only live stream.
First and only.
No,
and
thank you, Quill. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Nope. Nope. Yeah. And we don't know how long this live stream will last on account of toddler.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
No, see?
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Yep. Yeah. So we've been doing this podcast for
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
Although I checked earlier today, and the last time we did an episode was
Quill, no, thank you.
yeah. Don't do that, please.
Oh,
17 months ago, and
17 months. So does that like not count as a year? It doesn't matter. We started it 10 years ago.
yeah, we started it. So, but it's sort of like 8.5 years of actual programming.
No, 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. 10 years.
And yeah. So why haven't we done an episode in 17 months?
Because we have a toddler.
Yeah, it's because we have a toddler.
And we did a few episodes when Quill was little, and we thought it was so hard to do it then.
Yeah.
But we were idiots, and it's now it would be impossible. Like, just the setup with like the microphones and the cords and everything, it would be
Yeah, they're
impossible.
very
Even
they're very technologically interested.
yeah, they
so.
like the cords and the things and the technologies.
Yeah. It also means we haven't really watched any movies or any of the things that we normally talk about.
We've watched a lot of children's programs.
Yeah, children's programs mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a whole world I didn't really know existed. I mean, I knew Paw Patrol existed because you see the branding everywhere.
I think the stuff that weirded me out the most was the the little baby bum, the Mother Goose Club, like the sort of
Yeah.
like songs for the really little kids. Kind of no
kind of
plot. There's some weird stuff out there.
Well, also
And Quill loved. They don't love it as much anymore, but they loved it.
they like to go back though.
They do.
I don't know if it's a nostalgia
It's
thing
nostalgia.
for them.
It's nostalgia. Toddlers have nostalgia.
And but yeah, but also Little Baby Bum is just so surreally, like it's kind of psychedelic in a way. Like the animations are so weird, and it's
Like super weird computer animation.
well, it's a super budget too. Like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know what I would think the skills of like a grade 9 student doing 3D animation now.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a kid who was into it.
Yeah. And
Or
it would
what
be
they could achieve in like a class if they were doing a class about it.
Yeah, and I would be really be like really impressed.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
yeah, it would be
but
impressive.
as
It
a
would be
show
impressive for a grade nine
on
student.
Netflix, it was like, how did this get on here? Why is this on Netflix?
Because the children love
Oh
it.
yeah, I guess it started on YouTube. They were like the first children's YouTube superstars.
They must be rich now.
But, yeah, I think they're like billionaires or something.
I'm sure the Paw Patrol people are too.
Well, Paw Patrol's more of like a
It's
corporate
a
thing.
studio production.
Yeah, and it's got like all the toys and stuff, so that's like a whole different ball game. That's
Yeah.
not like somebody's cottage industry thing that took off.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just on the like screen time front, because that's a thing.
Yeah, we weren't gonna let Quill watch anything.
Yeah.
When we were like when Quill's newborn. Hey, don't stare at that light. Don't do that.
Anyway, so do you feel like, do you regret it? Do you regret that they watch?
No, not at all.
TV?
I don't. I don't think I'd survive without them watching TV while I am able to do anything. You know, because I stay home with Quill, and
What's the matter, kiddo?
What?
yeah, so because I stay home with Quill, it's just if I need to unload the dishwasher or anything, they have to be transfixed by something, and Quill is a very physical child as opposed to cerebral.
Yes.
So playing with blocks and dolls and stuff was never their thing. So
They will play with blocks and stuff like that. But
now
they,
more so, but
yeah.
but before not at all. And so it was just like I couldn't survive the day without. Well, I mean, the house wouldn't function at all, really, without them being able to be plunked down and watching She-Ra or whatever.
Shira. So not just screen time, violent screen time.
Yeah, I think Robozuna was the worst for.
Yeah, no more Robozuna. No one should watch that anyway because it's terrible.
Well, it's not good. No.
Hey, if people are actually on our live stream, A, how do we know? And B, how do we answer questions if they have questions?
Well, there is nobody on the live stream because it would say you would see little things here at the bottom of the screen.
And no one's on this one either?
I don't think anyone's on that
What
one
does that
either.
thing say? Try another way of going live during your broadcast. What does that mean?
I don't know. Oh, I think that is adding.
Oh, what do you want? What do you want? Pardon?
No, I fit.
That was just like so you could add masks and stuff. I think.
I fit.
Where do you want to go?
Fruit.
No, although I think hitting that made it go.
Sorry.
Oh, look, someone's there.
Hey, Peter, are we on that the feed you're watching? Are we sideways now?
Fruit.
Or right side up.
Why?
Yeah.
Dark.
Are you stuck? Okay, come here. There. Where's your tool?
Oh, I guess we hadn't actually started the Facebook one yet
Oh.
because we hadn't hit that button.
Oh, shit. What does that say?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sideways.
Okay, we're gonna have to. think the phone has to be flipped the entire other way.
You can't turn your phone while recording. So we need to stop and start again, I guess.
Okay. Technical difficulties on the Facebook front.
Do you want to save it or delete it?
We could delete that one, I think, because it was only 12 seconds long or something.
Oh, but it has comments on it. I'm saving it.
Okay.
Oops. No, I'm not. Just delete it.
No, thank you.
No. No. Help. My dog.
Now where do I go? Photo?
Yeah. No, or sorry, no, not photo. Publish.
Oh.
No, it has to
Has to what?
rotate like
Maybe it doesn't do it.
it does. I tried it out. It
Oh,
just,
there it goes.
Yeah. All right. So is this working? I don't see.
You don't see what?
A little timer countdown thing.
It says live.
It does say live.
Okay, someone listen to this and tell us that it's working.
No.
Anyone?
Pussy. No. 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 Gosh.
Oh, there's someone's watching it.
All right, so it is working on
Okay.
Facebook again. I suppose doing this on two platforms just for this reason was a bad idea, but
No.
I'm always full of bad ideas. This
Come on, please.
podcast is full of bad ideas.
Yeah, it's what we do.
Jack.
Yeah, so so mostly we've been watching kids shows.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. We watch kids shows now. I really like Troll Hunters. The Guillermo del Toro series.
Yeah. You do.
And
What's that green thing mean?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess we can like talk to someone else.
I don't know what it means. I don't know how to.
I've never done this.
We've never done this. I don't know what this streaming business really is. Yeah, no, I think I like ugly cry during Troll Hunters sometimes. Some of the moments are so brilliant, just emotionally like charged.
Yeah, that was one where I wasn't allowed to watch. Like Quill wasn't allowed to watch it if you weren't there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But yeah. So I feel like it's a show that probably nobody really watches because.
It's good. It seems good. The ones
Yeah.
I've watched.
But why would you watch it unless you had a toddler, really? Thank you, Julian. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but unless you have a toddler, like why would you watch any of these shows? Although I know a lot of people are watching the new She-Ra.
Hilda's
Hilda.
a good show.
Yeah, Hilda's a really good show.
Hilda's a good show.
Uh,
It's got the girl from Game of Thrones, the little girl,
yeah,
not Arya, the like little girl. She's the voice of Hilda.
yeah, yeah. It's a quality show. It's based on a comic by Luke Pearson, I believe is his name, and yeah, no, it's great. It's about a girl who lives in a fantastical version of Scotland, I guess, or
Somewhere. We
Somewhere-
watch it over and over again.
somewhere with fjords and Scottish accents at least. Hello, Heather.
Oh, we're the right way up now. Thank you.
Yes.
Tic Tac.
And,
Good.
Yeah, basically, and she lives in the wilderness with her mom, and there's trolls and giants and stuff, and then she has to go and live in the city and adjust to that. It's kind of just a school.
Are you good?
This is why we have never done a live show before, because Quill is... Or even a podcast in the last 17 months, because Quill is a menace.
Not a menace.
Not a menace.
But
Kind
like
of a dentist, though.
a dentist. Quill is very like just compared to like other kids their age. Ow! Don't do that. A lot. Like high
Yeah.
energy, always on the move,
Yeah.
always into something. No? Okay.
Okay. You want to go watch TV now?
That's not a way to go. Okay, you're gonna go underneath? Okay.
As I was saying earlier, that sort of the TV is the lifesaver. So screen time, I have no regrets, because
Yeah.
okay, I'll get out of your way here, if that's what you want. Okay.
No.
Merry Christmas.
No.
What? What do you need, kiddo?
I'm not sure what you want. You just want to be down there?
You stuck?
You're not stuck. You think I'm gonna...
No, yes, Papa.
You think that we're gonna like make you go away or something?
You can stay.
You can stay. Just be quiet. Be quiet. Like a mouse. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, you're fascinated by the recorder. That's what you want. Okay. No, don't touch the microphones. Don't touch the microphones. This is why we said this might not last very long. So if all this equipment suddenly goes crashing on the floor and the stream stops, I think mostly what we wanted to say was thanks everybody for listening for 10 years.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we get a really nice letter from somebody.
Yeah. People have said some really nice things. Like, we don't get a lot of feedback, but when we do, it's really meaningful.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe I could give them something to play with that they've never seen before.
Yes, Matthew, we can see the posts. Mostly, they're very small and kind of hard to read, and they seem to disappear really quickly. So, we've missed quite a few that people have said. So if anybody has like a, yeah, totally podcast friendly baby. A question that they were really hoping we'd answer, you should probably retype that so we might actually
Let's
see
open
it.
it and see. What is this?
Oh.
What's that?
Let's open it. This is some product placement for Yellies. Yellies, we'll see how this goes. Okay, those are the instructions. We might need those. Seems to be very firmly attached to this box. The heck?
Yeah, I think there will not be any next generation of Nerd Turtles. I imagine by the time Quill is actual podcasting age, podcasting won't exist anymore. It'll be just some sort of like brain transference kind of technology.
Let's go see. Go play with this. Let's see what happens. Oh, there it goes.
All right, distracted. We'll see how long this lasts.
Christmas is ruined.
Yeah, one less stocking gift. So what is in our kids movie and TV show watching experience of the last 2 years? What has been your favorite franchise or show or whatever?
Oh. Oh, the Wiggles, I guess.
Yeah, you went pretty hard, Wiggles.
So did you.
I did. I kind of lost the bug though.
What happened? Do you like it? Is it scary?
Did it jump at you like it's supposed to?
Okay, watch this. Come over here. Let's look at this.
That's Quill's favorite.
It comes if you scream. No? Okay. Do you want me to turn it off?
Quill's favorite phrase is "not yet," which is odd. I think most toddlers probably just say no, but Quill is like "not yet." It's very interesting. Usually it involves diaper changes. Not yet. Yeah, so the Wiggles. I got really into the Wiggles, and then suddenly it was just like, sometimes you eat a food and they have too much of it, and you just cannot eat it at all.
Yeah,
I
or
always-
like an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, it was like that. The Wiggles are like the alcoholic beverage of. It's like daytime binge drinking when you're watching a lot of Wiggles.
Well, we went to see them live.
And that was like the cusp. That was like, I think that was like my big night
Oh,
that
yeah.
he couldn't go back after
Your
that.
tequila night?
Yeah, that was like
You were
my
shitting
tequila-
in a coffee can the next day?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Callback.
So for you, it's Troll Hunter?
Probably, except I think She-Ra's better, but Troll Hunter was 3 seasons,
Right.
a deeper arc, so I can't really judge if, I don't know, kind of like apples and oranges in a way, even though they're kind of exactly the same show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's somebody who has greatness thrust upon them, and it involves a sword, and they're young, and then they have these wacky sidekicks.
I don't like the sword in Troll Hunter. It's ugly. It's like a rectangle.
I don't like it either. A lot of the I guess costume design in Troll Hunter I don't like. Yeah, I just really got into the characters. Like they became my friends, kind of one of those shows, like a Buffy or something, you know.
Right, okay.
Not they're like my friends. Like I'm friends with 16-year-olds. Friends like it's a nice place to go.
But they are 16-year-olds.
They are 16-year-olds. I'd say if one of them was actually a friend, it would be Blinky, the Kelsey Grammer.
Oh,
character.
yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
not so creepy. I
No.
could see you relating to Blinky.
I feel like I'm kind of he is similar fathering styles. I think.
Hands off.
Hands off.
Oh, that didn't work.
All 6 hands off. Yeah. And I also like Strickland, the bad guy,
Principal guy?
principal shapeshifter guy.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I liked. Yeah, all the non-kid characters, I guess,
Right.
are the ones that
Are a bit more interesting. Well,
Well,
the same is true of Buffy, right?
yeah.
What if there's like a meme or something, like the older I get, the more I identify with Giles?
Yeah, Joyce and Giles are
Yeah.
what you really watch the show for.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, Nick Thornton knows what the coffee can refers
Oh,
to.
yes.
Yeah, that's how you can separate the hardcore listeners. I until you said that I'd forgotten that story, and I lived it.
Well,
Well, I mean, I
you
don't.
were
I don't.
blackout drunk.
I wasn't like I don't think about it all the time. It's not like this.
You don't wake up and go,
trauma.
There's that time I shit in a coffee can. Or anytime you like have a sip of coffee, you're like, this reminds me of a time I shit in a coffee can.
I wonder. It's like this could be the civet coffee. Like if I'd shit in the coffee beans, and then we could have put them through the grinder. It'd
No,
be
no.
like my own
It's
version
not.
of civet.
It's not made. Well, it's not. No,
Yeah.
no one's paying for that.
No one. I didn't say we'd make money. We would drink it.
What? What?
Okay. Yeah. So Wiggles and Troll Hunter was mine. Wiggles was yours. But what was your least favorite? Are we gonna go Paw Patrol on this? Because I don't think it's
No,
Paw Patrol.
well, okay.
There's things about Paw Patrol.
It's not Paw Patrol because Paw Patrol as much as like it's heinous, and I could go on and on and on about all the things I don't like about it.
List off a couple for the audience.
Okay, it's misogynistic,
Yep. Check.
homophobic,
Check.
uh, gender role stereotypical,
Yep.
reinforces child labor.
It does. They're dogs, but
No,
they're
no, I
child
meant
dogs.
Ryder.
Ryder's the boss, though. He's sort of like the capitalist pig kind of character. I don't know. Well, I mean, it's very fascist. It's very top-down authoritarian fascist. Even though whenever somebody does something terrible, like there's some, like that Mayor Fat Bottom or whatever his name is.
No, that's not his name.
What is it?
Um,
Soggy Bottom? Is that the name of his
Soggy
town?
Bottom is the name of his town.
Mayor.
Billingsworth? Biggleston? Mayor. Now you've said
Mayor looks like Martin Mull,
Higginsworth.
kind of, yeah. The one that is the gay stereotype, that is the evil gay stereotype. At any rate, whenever he does like some pretty like crazy crime, like legit crimes, like he should be stopped from doing these things, and they like just sort of rescue him because his plans go awry.
Yeah.
And there's no repercussions. So it's a weird kind of fascist messaging that is in the.
It's fascist,
Yeah.
but it's also not like the prison pipeline.
I guess
system.
there's no gulags. They don't have any gulags.
Not that we've seen.
Not that we've seen.
No.
I did have that fan theory that it's actually like they're like it's the Isle of Dr. Moreau kind of, and that the dogs are like genetically engineered, and the reason that the town only has like 4 inhabitants, apparently a couple farmers, the mayor, and the geologist guy, or the marine biologist guy, is because they're just the control scientists, and then what these robot dogs are genetically
It makes
bred-
it makes sense. It makes more sense than
what is actually literally happening in
Yeah.
the show.
Another thing that creeps me out is when people pet the dogs
Oh,
and the dogs are like, "Oh yeah, that's a spot," because it's like, I don't know, it grosses me out.
yeah, they're a little too into it.
And like it's
they
when
kinda
a
got that
dog
sex
is into
shiver.
it, like a dog that
Yeah.
doesn't talk.
Yeah.
There's an innocence, right?
Right, yeah. Like a real dog.
Yeah.
Peter's just asking if no old school Sesame Street. Well, we don't know how to get a hold of it. I mean,
Well, we basically
yeah.
exclusively watch things on Netflix.
Canadian Netflix,
Oops, sorry.
also, which is like a third of American Netflix.
Yeah, I guess
So it's like very limited what we can watch.
Which is fine because like kids just seem to want to watch the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I like Muppets type shows. Like we watched that
Oh, the
Hotel-
Chester, whatever. Furchester.
Furchester Hotel, and we watched Julie's Green Room.
Julie's Green Room, which was
I
you
like
liked
that.
you liked it a lot more than I did.
Oh, it was like a musical.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't like it. Yeah, but I guess that's why I didn't like Furchester either.
Yeah. It's probably why you don't like the Wiggles either.
I like the Wiggles more when they're like singing actual rock and roll songs, like their own songs, like not like classic rock and roll songs, but like they have like the earlier seasons seem to have like rock and roll influenced, sort of garage band influenced music, and then now like when we saw them live, there was a lot of bagpipes, and they're like really getting into more of the Celtic folk kind of aspect, and which is not
Well,
something
I think
I'm
it's
super into.
because what's most popular about the Wiggles is Emma and the
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah.
So I think they're just capitalizing on
Capitalizing on it because how long is she gonna stay
that.
around?
What do you need, baby? Do you want to come on Mama's lap? Do you want your tool?
Yeah, because she's gonna leave at some point.
Maybe, but she seems really into it.
Well, they all seem really into it. It's like a weird cult. That
I
they've
don't
got
mean
going
like
on.
just how she seems, like stuff I've read. That's right. I read about the Wiggles.
Yeah. Lots of blog posts that we both read. Like we went deep into
We did
that.
go deep.
Went
We did.
all the gossip.
The gossip, the whole scandal of like her and Lockie breaking up.
Yeah.
But I never really believed them anyway.
No, because Lockie's clearly gay.
I think Lockie's gay, yeah.
I think Lockie and what's his name, Andy Dexterous, the mayor of Wiggletown. I think they might be an item.
he I think is probably too good for Loki.
Actually, yeah, he is a superstar, and Loki is just kind of Loki.
And like also Andy Dextrous or whatever his name
Yeah.
is like a cool gay. And there's no way
Yeah.
Loki's a cool gay. He's like closeted.
He's pretty closeted, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we also had this weird thing with the Wiggles where we had like different favorites.
Yes, at the beginning, Loki was totally my favorite. And I was creeped out by Simon, and I hated Anthony.
Yeah.
Like
We both hated
play
Anthony,
we would play
yeah.
Kill Mary Fuck Elect with the Wiggles.
Yeah.
I always wanted to kill Anthony.
Right.
I wanted to elect Simon.
Just because he seemed like kind of an okay guy.
And I can't remember if we were marrying or fucking Loki or
We're
Emma. We were
marrying
Emma.
No, I was gonna marry Loki because he seemed like he'd be a good, caretaker kind of, and Emma's hot, so
Okay.
yeah.
But now
Now,
I'm all about Anthony.
Anthony for all 4 slots.
I don't want to kill him.
Oh, sorry, the 3 slots where people don't die. And Simon is now in the kill slot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That man has no soul.
No soul, dead eyes.
Dead eyes.
Dead eyes.
Yeah.
Which we've always said, but then we're like, no, he's just, he's...
Well, I
we
thought
made
that would be
excuses.
good for him as a politician. Like, I
Right.
thought that would be
But then our province elected Doug Ford, and you're like, nah, dead-eyed
yeah, I don't
politicians
want
are
a
not.
dead-eyed politician, as it
No,
turns
because
out.
it turns out they're actually evil.
Doug Ford, for those of you not in Ontario, is like
Well, it's Rob,
Trumpy, kind of.
he's Rob Ford's brother. Crack,
Oh, you might
crack
know
mayor.
Rob Ford.
They,
from
everybody knows
the
Rob
TV.
Ford from the TV. Yeah, from the Jimmy Kimmel Show or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. It's his brother, his older brother, who was kind of always his like the string puller behind Rob Ford.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's just like he's like Trump at Trump. If Trump was actually effectual at doing hideous, evil things, like Trump kind of only has that immigration, killing 7-year-old girls
No,
thing.
Trump is bad.
He's bad, but he doesn't have a lot of policies. I don't think that have cuts that have gone through that. The way Doug Ford is just like.
Well, I think there are
slashing and
more.
making-
There seems to be more sort of like bureaucracy that is harder for Trump to get through. Maybe
Yeah.
for some
Well,
stuff.
because he's working on a bigger scale, it's national scale. So there's the checks and balances that still exist.
Well, a national scale of like
Yeah.
a much larger country,
Yeah, well, yeah.
population wise.
Whereas, for families on the ground, I think in Ontario, probably more people are feeling the effects of Doug Ford's, like cuts and slashes and policies and that are just insane when you think of it. Like, making it okay for his friends to dump toxins into the drinking water and stuff. It's just like,
And cutting
what is
off
going
like
on?
a guaranteed income pilot project that people were relying on,
Yeah.
and blocking the new minimum wage
Yeah.
increases.
Yeah, there's
And he
all
just
these-
recently cut a whole bunch of funding to education and did all that crazy stuff with the sex ed curriculum. And
Right, which now the results of the public consultations that he said needed to happen is people want the sex education that he cut, which is, of course, he hasn't said what he's
I
going
don't
to do
wanna
about
talk
that. Yeah, I
this.
don't want to
Just-
talk about it.
It's upsetting.
Let's talk about something happy like The Last Jedi. Did you ever finish actually watching that?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah. Yeah. I always had this like
I watched the other one though, I think.
Rogue Squadron?
Oh no.
No, you saw the first one of the Rey and Finn movies for sure.
Yeah.
Was-
Twice.
Yeah. It's sort of bad. But
I loved
kinda...
Ray in the first one, but
Well-
then I didn't in the second one. But
And,
like,
and same with Finn. Like Ray and
Oh,
Finn were
yeah.
great, I think, in the first one, and then both those storylines that they put them on for the second movie is just like they kind of made the
well, there were no good storylines.
there's none. It's they made like the same. They made a big deal about how that movie was going to defy expectations. We're just going to say stuff that every other podcast has said about this movie at this point, is what I'm going to do. But
Or
yeah,
does everyone else say it's bad too?
a lot of people say it's bad. Every review I've ever read. But
Every what?
every review I've read or watched on YouTube.
Is that what you said though?
I have no idea what I
Oh,
said. But what I was going to say is, what was I going to say? What everyone else was saying.
Yeah.
About, oh yeah, yeah. Like they made a big deal about how the movie is going to defy expectations of what a Star Wars movie would be, and it wasn't going to be like the Force Awakens. They just like copied all the same beats as A New Hope. But then they copied all the same beats as Empire Strikes Back. It's like you could do it also a shot for shot thing. So they're like, what's going on? This isn't what they said was going to happen. But then they made everything kind of like they still didn't give people what they wanted, which they wanted to see Rey and Finn on another adventure together. Like they knew she
They
was.
want to see more white people. I think that's what people want.
Let less women, more white people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's apparently there are people
What
who
happened,
wanted
kiddo?
that. But it was sort of the same
Did you
kind of
hurt your face?
problem where the
Would you like some lemon? I'll be back. You
Okay.
talk to the adoring public. What do you want, Quill? Oh, you still. Do you want
Yeah, the Raylo fanfic. I like the Ray. I don't know. There was all sorts of stuff about it. The film I liked. Like there's all these little potential things that I thought that could have been really good. Like even Luke's story and stuff. And it just seemed like they did it all wrong. It was like every idea they had, then they executed poorly or weirdly, and I found that like frustrating.
more lemon?
But it's also just like I think it just kind of shot for shot, kind of a bad. I don't know. Just kind of poorly made as a film, right? Just sort of pacing and stuff like that. It's hard to say. I like Laura Dern's, sending that ship through hyperspace into the Star Destroyer as a move. It was sort of they had all these ships that they could have like just moved people off of, and they could have just done that right at the beginning. They could just have all these empty ships on autopilot, hyperspacing them through every single empire or whatever New Order. No, that's a post-punk band. What are they called? New Regime? The bad guys? Anyways, they could have just blown up all the baddie ships everywhere in the galaxy by sending hyperspace bombs. Unless, I guess, she's the first person to ever have that idea. So, I don't know. I felt like that was kind of not a plot hole, but it was sort of like if you're gonna set up a cool idea like that, why not utilize it better?
more milk?
So, yeah. Did anybody actually like it?
Wanna watch this different show?
Show of hands, who actually liked The Last Jedi?
Show of hands.
Yeah. There's some half a comment that I can't read. It just says Snoke. I don't know what the first half of that comment was. Anyways, you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Do you think people look at this and think we're neglectful parents? We can see our kid right over there. We're watching them. Not neglectful. Do you need more milk? Hey, no thank you.
Well, what about Fantastic Beasts? That was a movie we actually watched
Oh.
that we're both, I think, looking forward to, and then it was kind of like, oh yeah, that ended. I guess we just watched that movie. Yeah.
I heard part of like someone talking about it and saying that what really makes it different from Harry Potter is like with Harry Potter it was like we were on the adventure with them.
Right.
Whereas with Fantastic Beasts it was like we were watching the adventure. Like, and I think also what that person said was that they didn't actually say that first thing. What they actually said is this, that all of the magic that Harry and them were doing,
Yeah.
they had earned that. They like earned it, right?
Right.
And that was sort of like part of the story.
Right.
But in Fantastic Beasts, it's like there just is magic, and
Yeah.
I don't know. So
And it seems really chaotic.
was like less magical because of that. And I think because it seemed like magic could just do anything.
Yeah.
So
Whereas you didn't have they set like in the Harry Potter books and movies. Very strict rules are set up about every spell and how it can and can't work, and
yeah,
what,
and they'd just be like, "Flick, okay, we are putting everything that got wrecked back together again."
yeah,
Like, okay.
and he's got this TARDIS suitcase that seemed like it could solve all his problems. Just let the animals live in the suitcase that has all the habitats they could ever want. Let all of
Yeah.
humanity, like let the population overflow live in that suitcase. I mean, I guess it's the 30s, so it wasn't like that big a overpopulation wasn't that big a problem. And there was a big swath of population that was going to get killed right away, anyways. But
And I think the other thing that I like about the Harry Potter movies is like seeing how their lives are different from ours.
yeah,
And there wasn't a lot of that.
yeah, because they're the wizards we do see are living as humans in New York. Like,
Well, and even we were at their house, the women, the sisters. We were at their house for a
Flying
bit.
plates is about. Only,
I don't know. It was cool. Like I like
Yeah.
that, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, it's not like Hogwarts where you're going into this magical castle.
And it's exciting for the kids. Like the kids are in awe of it too.
Right.
Anyway, I mean, I'll watch the next one, but I heard people say that it was bad or not as
Yeah.
good.
Not as good.
No, yeah.
That's pretty damning. I also found the guy, even though I like a
What's
good.
that actor's name? Eddie Redmayne or something?
Yeah, I like I like a character that's pretty kind of autism spectrum-y usually, but he was just a little off-putting. It was a little too thick. It was sort,
Well,
it was sort of like
I
don't
can't
know.
watch him without being annoyed that he was cast as a trans woman in that other movie.
Oh, right.
So I'm just irked.
Burnt by his existence.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was him from that story.
What was that movie called?
I don't know. I don't think anybody remembers it now.
Well, I know there's lots of stories like that, right?
Yeah.
But I'd laugh if it wasn't even him, and I'm just like, I hate that guy.
I don't know. I just felt like
No, I'm pretty
he
sure.
was like laying it on too thick or something. I don't know. It was sort of, or it was, he was kind of unlikable in a way. Like it wasn't charming, quirky autism.
But I
spectrum.
felt like
It
he was
a lot.
meant to be unlikable.
I guess, but it was sort of like.
In that
Why
same
do
way
you
that
want that?
Gandalf is like, you're supposed to love Gandalf, but at the same time, how can you be supposed to love Gandalf? Because Gandalf is like the worst.
Not as bad as Dumbledore.
Oh, I meant Dumbledore.
I say Gandalf. I just watched the Lord of the Rings movies on Netflix this week.
Hashtag screen time.
No, Quill didn't watch any of it.
Oh, really?
No, I watched a little bit, like half an hour a night before going to bed, kind of thing.
Oh.
And they do not hold up. Holy crap! I remember when they came out, it was like they never need to make another Lord of the Rings. This is going to be perfect forever. This is the vision. This is there's some cheesy acting and jokes that could have been, like always knew Legolas on the shield going
Yeah,
down
that
the
was
stairs.
always silly.
That was always dumb, but it was like, oh, I can forgive that. Otherwise, it is, and like it's just like so much bad green screen that is so obvious. Like how could we
And
not see
bad
that?
acting, but then also some
Yeah.
really good acting. Like
I thought
Elijah
Viggo-
Wood.
Elijah and Vigo.
Mwah.
Vigo has would have these like so subtle, multifaceted, just like tweaks of his eyes when people would say something, or he's like giving somebody the hairy eyeball or something like that.
When like Frodo would like sort of furrow his eyebrow and look worried, but then there'd be like a slight change to the expression, and it would be like, oh, now this is being thought about.
Yeah. Whereas Pippin and Merry and well, obviously Sean Astin is a big turnip, but it was like yeah.
Did you take that off the Christmas tree? Thank
think you
you.
Yeah, but just I was shocked by how bad the green screen effects are, where it looks like a 1980s. Look like 1980s Battlestar Galactica bad, whereas like how could it have seemed so photorealistically perfect back when it came out? It's like I think there should be like a psychological study done about how when you see new developments in special effects, people are like, wow, this is like true to real life. You know,
Right.
like when you're watching, I guess now it'd be like the Avengers movies or something. It'd be like, this looks like so real. And in like 10 years, are we going to be like, wow, I can't believe we ever thought that looked real?
How many Avengers movies are there?
I think in the Marvel universe there was like 19 heading up to the Infinity War movie that we haven't seen.
19?
Yeah, like yeah.
And they canceled 2 shows. That horrible Iron Fist one.
Yeah.
And then the Luke Cage one.
And Daredevil.
Oh.
They haven't
Why did they
anno-
cancel all those?
Well, because Marvel, Disney are starting their own streaming service. So it's like preemptive, like we're going to lose these properties anyways. So if they cancel them now, there's something like Marvel can't do anything with them for 2 years. So they're like, it's like a pissing match. But they're not good
Fuck
either.
capitalism.
Yeah. we just want our shows. Hi, Boz.
No.
Oh, don't turn. That's the audio for the audio version. This will be posted as a podcast, an audio podcast as well.
Which will be so listenable.
It's so listenable. There'll be lots of
No, thank you. No, thank you.
and Quill just like kicking table legs, so it'll just be this deep rumble.
Yeah.
Yes. Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so let's, are we done talking about that?
About Lord of the Rings?
I don't know, sure.
Yeah, sure. We can be done talking about Lord of the Rings.
So podcasting, let's talk about podcasting. What
Yeah.
has 10 years of podcasting meant for you? What is highlights, lowlights?
Highlights. I guess a highlight would be being asked to join the Simply Syndicated network. And the low light would be getting kicked off the network under the cloud that it happened under.
Yeah.
Even though we hadn't done an episode in, at that point, over a year. Like, we just planned on doing one final episode for this date, December 18th. The anniversary. And
Oh, no, thank you. That's Mama's bag.
that
Oh, okay. That's fine.
that didn't get to happen, but
It didn't.
such is
didn't.
life. Such is life.
Yeah, are we going there? Is that where we're going?
I think that's all we have to say about it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we have to go into any...
All we have to say about that.
I mean, I guess we can make some sort of legal statement about how we don't condone pedophilia, but... and never have said anything to imply that we do. But just for the record...
It's true. We don't condone pedophilia.
And have never.
And have never condoned it.
Yes. But otherwise, yeah, that's that. I mean, but yeah, I mean, well, this will be a podcast we put up on the SoundCloud.
Yeah, so if you're expecting to get this through your regular Simply Syndicated stream,
Yeah,
you will not.
We are no longer on iTunes, so you'll have to go to our Facebook page where it will be posted, and you can find it there.
And you post it to you could post one to YouTube.
Well,
too.
this YouTube one here will automatically post.
Right.
Unedited, unfortunately.
Right, but you could.
But I could download it, re-edit it, and then re-upload it.
Well, no, I was thinking you could just upload the audio to YouTube.
I could do a nice clean version of the audio. The Quill-free mix. Yeah, no, but I mean, podcasting meant a lot to me. Several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were doing an episode. We really did an episode a week for years.
Years? We did it for a long time, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. We didn't meet because of podcasting.
No.
But I feel like podcasting was like part of us getting together.
Well, it was definitely like the hobby we had in common.
Well,
like
after the fact though, but I mean,
Yeah.
even like when you were like internet dating, you were talking about it with people on the Simply Syndicated forum.
That's true, yeah.
And I don't know, like it just all sort of seems like part of our story.
Yeah. Well, it is. It is very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't know. and but also things like movies meant a lot more to me back then. So
Yeah.
also just the podcast itself and having a podcast and talking about movies and stuff was really important to me at one point in a
Yeah.
way that I mean one of the reasons we could have like had your mom look after Quill while we did episodes and stuff in the last 17 months.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I had nothing to say. I didn't feel like I needed to be negative about movies anymore. I guess.
And that's what it is. You just want to be negative about movies.
Well, when I talk about movies, I tend to be.
You're like
negative.
the antithesis of Rick.
Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah, I think that's probably he'd probably agree.
Yeah.
We're like two sides of a coin.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think got a lot more negative over the years. But I think it's also movies objectively got a lot worse over the years.
Well, that's probably true too.
So I think he even his positivity couldn't fight
break
through
that.
just the crap that they make now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because I'm an old man. It's the kids that are wrong. I don't know. It's like, can we all agree that objectively, movies are kind of like bad now?
Yeah.
Especially
but
genre movies like these because they're all like blockbuster.
We're old people though. Like that is a
Yeah.
real thing.
It is a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Yeah.
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 And I've noticed it more now, like, I guess maybe just even since Quill's born, like, being away from school for a year and then coming back, I'm definitely an old person now.
Right.
Like, I don't, like, I used to feel like I was cooler, but I am old and not
Whoops.
cool.
That went under the couch.
Yeah, it did go under the
Yeah.
couch. You're a mean papa. How do people say
Boz says that Rick is a miserable old bastard these days, which is true. Yes. But also Rick lives in Trumpland, so I think that's really affected him.
Yeah.
But I guess we're not just gonna like gossip about people that real life people when we could gossip about celebrities.
I also feel like partly, I don't know. I think the loss of the forums was a blow.
Yeah, that kind of changed things for me in a way. Well, I mean, it went from being like a social club that was sort of a everyday engagement to being you kind of interact with these people on Facebook or Twitter or wherever once in a while.
Yeah.
And so it definitely felt more isolating, more disconnected from that community, which was very, I don't know, inclusive and great. And certainly at the time I needed it, being new in Toronto. I needed a wider social net than I had in my real life, because the way I am, it's sort of like I met you and that was it for real life friends for me,
Yeah.
until I met James, and then I had two friends, you and James, and then
Well,
later
you have your
our
friends,
band and
your
stuff.
friends that also moved here too,
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
but they're not made in Toronto friends, so
No,
that's a bit
yeah.
different.
And a bunch of them have moved away
Yeah.
again. So, yeah. But then also podcasting changed just in general after Serial.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's sort of when you talk about podcasting with people, like to me, podcasting is this just regular people
You're
Chatting.
dizzy? You're dizzy?
regular people chatting in a kind of unprofessional manner, and not the sort of produced docu-drama kind of podcasts, and which is what most people seem to think podcasts are now. And it's just kind of the world changed, and I didn't change with it, so I just kind of not interested. I don't listen to any podcasts at all anymore.
No. Well, and also like the reality of our lives changed too,
Yeah.
right? Like I wouldn't have time to go on the forum
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
I used to like check it many times a day.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah. Even if it was, I don't know if I sort of tried to replicate it a bit with certain music groups on Facebook that I would join, and I just don't like getting into conversations like that.
Yeah.
I don't need to like hash it out about things I like or dislike with people anymore. It's just sort of like they like something cool. I don't like it. I'm okay with that. I don't need to be convinced one way or the other. I don't need to try. Certainly don't need to convince them not to like it. Whereas I used to be like really into like picking out all the reasons why, you know, whatever movie I thought was like a Phantom Menace was bad or something like that.
Right.
And like I don't know. I feel like there's so many sort of YouTube channels and other podcasts that do that now. It's sort of like we don't need to do that either anymore. You know, like if
Yeah.
we were still podcasting, I'd much rather do like a social justice podcast. 'Cause
Well, and
it's
I think
more interesting
over
and it seems more relevant and more.
over the years, like
Yeah.
Nerd Hurdles became that really.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's sort of like, but it's a lot of work for.
Well, and that's also like really the only stuff like I want to talk to people about on the internet is social justice stuff, or the only sort of like contentious conversations I get into is are with trolls who are, you know,
Yeah.
transphobic or
Yeah.
homophobic or racist or sexist
Yeah.
or, you know, not recognizing their privilege or just shitty.
Yeah. The only trolls I'm interested in is Troll Hunter.
Yeah, I'm not actually even I'm not interested in trolls, but certainly
Yeah.
like I don't know. I feel like there's value, like you're saying, it's more relevant. There's value in having those conversations where like,
Hi. You want me to have the guitar?
oh, it's like a vinyl tap.
Oh yeah. So there's this time I was on the road with Neil Young
Oh yeah,
back when we were
taking care of business.
yeah. And I cannot do a Randy Bachman impersonation. For you Americans, Randy Bachman of Guess Who and Bachman Turner Overdrive has this show on CBC where he just waxes poetic about the good old days of rock and roll, and he has his guitar in the studio with him and he plays little licks in between talking and introducing songs.
And there's always like a theme.
Yeah.
So it'll be like songs with numbers in them.
Yeah.
Like really
It's-
cheesy themes.
It's super cheesy, but kind of
It's great.
endearing.
It's a great show.
Yeah, when we used to play in this band, we'd go to gigs. It was always on the way to or from the show, and we would see. I'm actually doing it now.
Yeah,
We're on the way to or from the show, and we would listen to Randy Spinal Tap,
yeah.
and those were good times.
There were good times. Of course, I don't know if we can name drop quite as well as Randy Bachman. Because he always name drops too. That's the big thing.
We had this drummer named Luca Capone, and he really likes food. So now I'm gonna play this
Dumplings.
song Baby Dumplings by Baby Joe and the Smoes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but the social justice thing.
Yeah.
I think like what you were saying, just how the world has changed. Like, it seems like an imperative now, right?
Yeah.
Where, I mean, before it did too, but it just seems like bad people are being loud
Yeah.
and good people need to be loud
Yeah.
and not complacent.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because I don't know, like there's some, you know, pretty scary parallels with how things are going now, you know, to other really times where lots of really bad stuff went down.
This is true. Yeah, back when we were doing the podcast, it seemed more like we were holding the dike with our finger, helping to had our finger in the dike, and it's not a double entendre. Finger in the dike. And and we were and it was, you know, we're helping to stop the flow of something, and kind of seems not like it was like no, it was ineffectual, but it was just like
There's a lot more holes now.
A lot more
and
holes,
People
and
need
a
to
pod-
get their fingers out
and I don't think a
and
podcast
put them in
is
the holes.
a podcast preaching to the choir isn't going to help. Because
It is and it isn't, right? But like
we got
it's
like so few like angry letters about anything we ever said. Like I mean, it's good to give.
I don't know, man. I feel
Give
like we
people
got
pep
like
talks.
kicked off the network for things we said. Sorry.
Yeah, but that was only after Trump got elected, and things turned bad. It was like Sauron had taken over Middle Earth, and all those kings were going mad because of the negative influence of Sauron. So I feel like that's kind of, I don't know. I feel like
But
we
I
need to
think
drop the
there's-
ring in the volcano.
I
not
think there's
just...
okay. Let's stop watching Lord of the Rings. There's value in preaching to the choir because it helps people, like, especially with a podcast. Lots of people are listening in isolation, right?
Yeah.
And that might be the only way that they are
Yeah.
like hearing that they're not alone.
That's true. They might not have as big a bubble as we do. Like, just in everyone we know in our real lives are pretty progressive allies, and it's easy to forget that other people, aren't in that situation. That they're the only person in their town or whatever,
Yeah.
and they only have a podcast to listen to. So it is like great when we get letters to that effect, to know that.
Great, and also like sad, right? Like
Sad.
when people are sort of saying like, you were there for me when I needed it or whatever. Like, I'm glad that we were, but
But that's at the same time, it's like, holy
oh,
shit,
because we're not that
we
good.
were the lifeline. Holy crap, you had it worse than you thought.
Okay, no, thank you. That's not for you to have any anymore.
Yeah. But I don't know, like, what else I could do other than a podcast to be like that would be more effective on a social justice front. So it's like, I mean,
you could organize, right? Get out there and okay, but I can't, right? We're introverts. Like, that's the thing. Like, I find it hard, when you read all of those things about like how to be an ally and how to be an accomplice and how to sort of move the work forward. So much of it is getting out there and doing stuff, and I find that hard because I don't like strangers. I don't even like non-strangers. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. My two best friends live far away all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of my best friends are out west and out east. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's
But I almost wonder, like, if
yeah.
I need that distance almost.
Well, I'm almost half convinced I have a avoidant personality disorder, which is basically just introversion cranked up to 11.
Should we change your pants? Is it time to change your pants?
Well, we've been doing this for over an hour. I think, which is long enough to prove that we can't do like video. We're not good on video.
We're not good on video. You want to play the sock game?
Oh, we could play the sock game to finish off.
Okay, this will really make people not want to do this. So,
yeah, and this will translate really well on the.
This is from a sock company called Foot Cardigan that my brother subscribes me to, and we play this game every time they come. Jacob opens up the socks. They have like patterns and stuff on them. I don't want to see. And then I have to try to guess what is on the sock. So
20 question style.
Yeah, but it usually takes more than 20 questions. So Jacob is going to show you the sock.
Oh, okay.
So you can see.
Nobody say what they think it might be.
Well, this doesn't matter. I'm not going to be able to see what they say.
All right. Yeah.
Did you show everyone? Do you think they could tell?
I don't know if I can tell.
What? Can I look yet?
Yeah, you can look.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna look and see what the receipt says. Sometimes that's a clue.
It's on here sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a stinky bum.
No, it's happy. With a butt.
Is that your hat?
I'm just gonna go with what I think it is,
Oh, great.
which is what it is. It's not very specific. Okay.
Animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Vegetable.
Is it broccoli?
No,
Is it a vegetable that we eat?
it's not a vegetable I eat.
It eats it.
I'm gonna go with no. I'm not gonna be a dick about this. It's a no.
Oh, it must be a special day. Okay. Is it a food?
No.
Is it like
People have eaten it.
is it like
like
a tree?
tree?
A tree.
No, it's not a tree.
Is it found in nature? I mean, obviously.
Definitely, yes, yes.
Is it found around here in nature?
I don't know. It's not specific enough. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
So it's
Types of it are.
okay,
Yeah,
like a bush,
it's not a bush.
like grass.
It's not a grass.
Would you find it in a park?
No bush.
Potentially. Potentially, we'd find it in a park.
Do you like the park?
No bush. Apple.
Okay. Potentially in a park. People have eaten it. Is it grown? Is it grown by farmers?
No. Well, you wouldn't call them farmers. No.
Go get
Is it grown agriculturally? Oh, is it like landscaping?
It would be part of landscaping.
And it's like a plant.
Yes.
Help.
Okay.
What is the one kind of plant you haven't mentioned?
Flowers.
Yes.
Flowers. It's flowers.
Maybe like a
roses. Oh, it's a few different kinds of flowers.
yeah, like I guess it's like poppy, but there's no poppy.
Ouch. Hey, I don't know what that black thing is.
Yeah,
That looks like a
Right.
rose.
rose
Help.
flowers. Yeah, so
Okay.
flower socks.
Flower socks.
Usually the socks are a bit more crazy. A little like it'll be cactuses and stuff in the desert or something.
I think the best one or the weirdest one was when it was. What was that guy from those like hotel commercials?
Captain Obvious.
Captain Obvious.
Yeah,
And I eventually guessed it
which is impressive.
by name.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it. Does anybody have any like I don't know.
If you said something really important that you were hoping we'd comment on and we probably just didn't see it before it vanished off the top of the screen, repeat it now.
Yeah, we'll watch the stream for a minute, and if there's like a burning question you have or something you want us to say out loud, a birthday wish you'd like to send out to somebody, because they're also listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, 7 people are watching us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And 5 people are watching us on Facebook. We're famous. And probably
That's-
some of those are the same people.
I think at least one, maybe. We got
Alright.
2 thumbs up on YouTube. That's
Wasn't one of them you?
probably. Yeah, I guess that can be it.
Yeah,
So this was
thanks for coming along for the ride and
all the years of I don't want to say dedication, but support.
yeah, support and just I don't know,
And
like
friendship.
I think and friendship. I think we made some really special friendships, and I mean those aren't going anywhere. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a sleeche.
Sleeche. All right, now we're gonna awkwardly turn these off and save the video files.
Oh yes.
So, so you
Dick-
can watch us stumble around with our fingers pointing at the screen while we try to do this.
Yes.
That'll be entertaining. Memories.
Memories.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Want me to stop this?
Yes.
By pushing this? Or this?
The square, yeah.
They're all square.